President Trump says tariffs on Chinese imports remain steady at 55%. Tariffs on U.S. imports will hold at 10%. The Wall Street Journal reports that China agreed to ease rare earth export licenses, but only for 6 months, suggesting Beijing wants leverage in case those tensions flare up again. Beijing's stance on rare earths and magnets was a big reason why the trade truce initially broke down. Big concern for U.S. companies, particularly high-tech companies.
Dozens of countries have engaged the administration thus far with offers to improve their trade relations with the United States. This includes China. I have just returned in the middle of last night from successful negotiations in London with a Chinese delegation that will not only stabilize the economic relationship between our two economies, but make it more balanced. China has a singular opportunity to stabilize its economy by shifting away from excess production towards greater consumption. But the country needs to be a reliable partner in trade negotiations. If China will course correct by upholding its end of the initial trade agreement we outlined in Geneva, and I believe after our talks in London they will, then the rebalancing of the world's two largest economies is possible. China currently has the most imbalanced economy in the history of the world. They now have an approximate 30% share of global manufacturing, and they continually grow their manufacturing base. They are in the midst of a real estate downturn, some may cause a crisis, and they are trying to export their way out of it rather than take domestic measures such as increasing consumption, dealing with banking problems, or dealing with the real estate crisis. They cannot be allowed to export their way back to prosperity, which would mean substantial decreases in the standards of living, not only for the United States working Americans, but for working citizens across the world.
Will the president formally sign the trade deal? And if so, when? Secretary Lutnick sort of alluded to the fact that it might be in a couple of days, but there's going to be more specific to read out.
Sure. I do have more specifics for you. I spoke to the president about this. He spoke to his trade team, who did a fantastic job negotiating this on behalf of the United States and meeting with their Chinese counterparts. The president is talking to them about the details of it now. But what the president heard, he liked. China has agreed to open their markets to the United States separately of this deal. And when it comes to this deal, we're going back to the terms that were agreed upon in Geneva for the release of some of those critical minerals and the magnets from China to the United States. And we have agreed to fully comply with the Geneva Agreement as well. So the president is reviewing the details of that with his trade team now, and you'll hear more from him, I'm sure.
何立峰表示，本次会议是在两国元首今年6月5号战略共识指引下开展的一次重要磋商。中方对中美经贸问题的态度和立场是明确的、一贯的。中美经贸关系的本质是互利共赢，中美在经贸领域合则两利，斗则俱伤。贸易战没有赢家，中方不愿打，但也不怕打。双方应通过平等对话、互利合作解决经贸分歧。中方对经贸磋商是有诚意的，也是有原则的。下一步，双方要按照两国元首通话达成的重要共识和要求，进一步发挥好中美经贸磋商机制作用，不断增进共识，减少误解，加强合作。中方重申，双方应相向而行，言必行，行必果，拿出恪守承诺的诚信精神和切实履行共识的努力行动，共同维护来之不易的对话成果，继续保持沟通对话，推动中美经贸关系行稳致远，为世界经济注入更多确定性和稳定性。
偷偷告诉大家，我最近发现了新法宝 Royal Face 逆时奇迹系列，它有活肤露、全效精华，还有精华霜。尤其我皮肤比较偏干，所以我非常的注重保湿。保湿做得好，肌肤自然烹润。提亮肤色更年轻，抚平皱纹超有感，而且气色变好。用心保养，每天都更美丽。美吧。